Today I'm going to attempt to talk about some of the things that happened to me and some of the love I share. And my love, the greatest love I have is for God Almighty and the people of South Manchester and TV. Resource TV. And my love also for the producer Dexter because you have to love the producer. You understand? So I love if I fall down or if I drop asleep at any home in South Manchester and anyone wake up and see me at their home, all them are going to say, how will me read you do you, sir? How will me feel me read you do you, sir? Because that's the love they show me over the years. South Manchester people have been especially kind to me, very kind to me. I've been given help from every quarters of South Manchester, help me along the way in my suffering times. And so I'm committed to love them, love Resource TV, and respect the producer, Dex Roy, because life is a journey. Some of the things that happen along the way, I hardly want to talk about it. But people must know I was thrown 30 miles at sea, for instance. Dash away 30 miles at sea. Thank goodness to Blackie from Little Ochi in Alligator Pond, who rescued me and see to it that I was okay when I washed out back. So thank you, Blackie. So much love the people have showed me. Sometimes I sit down and cry. Me say, can one set of people love one man, sir? South Manchester people. Every home in South Manchester feel close to me. And I love that because when I was at Guts River, for instance, they share love at Guts River with me because people come down with orange, tangerine, neeseberry, and herbs. Them carry herbs too, enough herbs, and give me. Jamaica people I love, I love the media, the Jamaican media people as well, because you have people like Bergerman and Dela Harris and people like Dean Jacks Miller and Dejan Garden and even Lady Renee and all those people. They are very good people and they talk good about, they want good for me, and Jamaica want good for me. The world want good for me because I am connected closely to the God of prophecy, which is Isaiah. I always like to call his name, Isaiah. Is a God of prophecy. I can tell you the roots of Isaiah. Isaiah's son is Josiah, which is my grandfather. Josiah is my grandfather. And of course, Josiah get Tyrina. Tyrina is my mother. God means who is the prophet. You understand? So this is why you have Godwell on Carnival. That's the prophet well. That Isaiah, it was not grown there. It was built there by the prophet.
Okay, so you know a lot about Carnival and Godwell and Guts River and those
Guts
places.
River. Guts River is connected to Carnival. It's on the road that cut it through.
Okay.
And the only identifiable monument on Carnival is Godwell. You understand?
Yeah.
And so I am the oldest great-grandchild alive for the God, Isaiah. You understand?
Yeah.
Of course. I love the work that Isaiah done whilst he was on earth, because right now, as I speak, you can go to Java, where he's buried up Java, and Josiah is buried there too. Him and his son buried at Java. You understand? And in packed a 44 stone heap there from his time out of his hand, and it's there today. Not move.
Okay, so tell me a little more about Guts River and your history of Guts River.
Yes, okay. Well, Guts River, over the years, I love Guts River to live more than any other point in the world, because Guts River, that was the Isaiah kingdom, and I feel comfortable when I am
continue about your travel history.
History, yes.
Yes, I want to hear more. I want you to go into more
yeah.
depth details and tell us
Yes.
about your travel history.
Yes. Well, I connect. I am one of the few people in Jamaica that connect East Africa to West Africa, taking me 7.5 hours flying on the Ethiopian Airways from the east to the west, joining in top. You know, hardly anyone ever think of that. You know, connecting East Africa to West Africa. I've also been to Holland and Amsterdam and Rotterdam, all those places, you know, and Ghana too in West Africa, Ghana and Accra, you know, Old Tafu and Zungu, in Adajuri, Africa. I've been to Japan also, in Tokyo, Japan, and Shinjuku, Roppongi, Nagasaki, and all those places in Japan. You know, I feel proud landing at Narita International Airport in Tokyo. You know, I feel good about those things. And I feel good also landing at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Kenya. I feel good about those things. Landing at Kennedy International Airport, you know, Miami International Airport, Seattle International Airport, Heathrow International Airport, Gatwick International Airport, you know. And
so you have been to all those places?
Yes, man.
England,
yeah, oh yes.
USA,
London, the USA. You know. I was especially beloved in New York City. You know, of course, most because in my early dancing years, people it was down on me to clash with Michael Jackson. You know, Michael Jackson. You know, but I, you know, since the camp never agreed to clash with my camp, you know, well, I just leave that alone. You know. Yeah.
So
but,
tell me a little more about your journey in Africa.
Oh yes, it was a spiritual journey.
It was a spiritual journey.
A journey that I cannot go in depth and detail with spirituality. That is between me and God Almighty. You understand? And so, but the world can know how I enjoy Africa. Africa, you know, I cook in Africa for a crowd up to 200 people, cooking food to give people in Ghana and Kenya, you know, because I realize that they fall in love with me. Well, you know, and there was nothing better than cooking food. I make them eat food, you know. I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. I love dancing. I love skanking. You know, I've been skanking for over. Well, the destination of a man's life is from the womb to the tomb. And so along the pathway of life, we should be careful of what we do and not to bother our spirit with bangarang and chaka life. We should move to want to live a pleasurable life, a life that is full of pleasure. You know, one of the problem in this system today, many of the music is not music of reality. It's not music of consciousness. And so it's leading many youths on the wrong pathway, you know. But we love the good music, you know, music of culture. You know, I want to hear a special person that's running on my mind. Elise Kelly, from a former radio disc jockey at RFM. I think she's a good woman. I think also all the media people are good people. You know, Emily Shields too. I think she's a good woman too. You know, and so I love Rizzo's TV and I love South Manchester people. I love God and hoping for the day to come when the community will be uplifted to higher status where the people can feel proud to even sit right here where I am now at Hans Lane, you know, renovated and renewed and look good. You know, we cannot abandon some of the area and some of the people, you know, because some of the youths, you know, many people of society pass them along the way every day, and they don't stop to find out what the youth is thinking. But I personally know that a lot of the youth is thinking good, and some of them, they are all good people, the youth. But listen, some of them is led to thinking pure badness. So when I sit down with them, before I sit down, I might explode a pack of firecrackers in my mouth to say a bad man sit down side of you too. Yeah, you feel me a chat about.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
So as we were saying, Mr.
I
Reid.
was also a record producer, making hits like Just Like a Sea, done by David Isaac, was a powerful #1 hit that hit the whole world. Just Like a Sea, are done by David Isaac and produced by me and written also by I. And many other artists, Jack Thomas, Mikey Dread, and quite a few, the Fantels, and the Itals, many artists I produce. So, but life is such a
Yeah, so
journey.
tell me a little more about Guts River and the history of Guts River.
Yeah.
I realize, I heard that you also have a building in Guts
Yes,
River.
I have my home at Guthrie. I have my house there. It's in a very dilapidated condition at the moment. But of course, it can be uplifted back. That's no problem. But living at Guthrie River over the years, sometime for 1 year, I'm alone down there. And I'm not fearful, never, no time to be there because I know Isaiah is there with me. God is there with me.
Okay, so how big is that house that you built in Guts River?
Upstairs, it's 4 rooms upstairs and 4 downstairs. But I want, when I re-uplift it now, I want it to be, to put another store in it, make 3.
Like 3 story?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And so I'm looking for the days to come when the most beautiful women of the world want to come and wash their body at Guts River. And if they want a body massage from either me or my producer, they get it. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. So many people ask me over the years, you have a love for women, I say, yes, I love beautiful women that is outgoing and full of love and beauty and all of that. So I love beautiful women. Women have set back my work schedule over the years to go, for instance, flying to foreign countries. I end up at hotels in New Kingston and late for it. I have to put, So over the years, women have set me back on my regular schedule, but nothing wrong with that because I love them, and I'm hoping for the days to come when Guts River re-uplift and it can be a destination for the most beautiful people and godly people of the earth, and I'm sure my community loves that. They love when I'm at Guts River because that is a part of their personal pleasure when I'm down there. And you know how much man from over the hill tell me, really, I Guts River me meet my wife, I Guts River me meet the girl, and I love that. I love that.
So Mr. Reid, you want to tell us a little more about your travel history?
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah. Well, I can tell you, traveling around the world was very great for me, and some of my most important points of traveling that I remember, I have traveled, for instance, on King Selassie personal aircraft that used to fly him around the world. I traveled on it from Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Kenya to Accra International Airport in West Africa, Ghana.
Okay, and what's the name of that aircraft?
The Ethiopian Airways, but that's King Selassie personal aircraft.
Okay.
We have the lion pictures inside and outside. Him and the lion together.
Okay.
I feel very good too. I feel like it was so much pleasure traveling on King Selassie personal aircraft. And I see the police passing now, the Cross Keys police. It put me back in the memory of my police days. I used to drive those
So you were also a police officer?
Oh yeah, I'm the batchmate of the former commissioner of police, Francis Forbes, and
Okay.
and Derek Cowboy Knight. You
Okay.
know, that used to be in charge of Area 3.
Yeah,
You know,
you were their batch member.
yeah, we are batchmates. You know,
Okay.
and so I love the police and I love the duty that they are carrying out because
Okay.
not everyone is willing to afford protection to people's lives. But the
Yeah, yeah.
police have risked their lives to
Okay.
help the community.
Uh,
People reasons for loving Africa so much. That is where I was baptized. I was baptized in Mount Kenya. That's where my baptism took place, in Mount Kenya. I was anointed in West Africa, Ghana, you know, of course in a place called Oltafuenzungu, up in the hills there of Ghana. Yes, you know, and so I love Africa. I love the anciency about Africa, and I love yeah, I love the anciency about Africa, and I love everything that I see in Africa. The people themselves, a lot of them is poor and helpless, but you know that happens all around the world. Poor people is all around the world, you know. So, but I especially feel committed to give them some assistance in cooking food for them. You know, I love that because I sit down and eat with them and love that,
Okay.
man, I remember one man I go eat 3 times and one I man hold on pan him. I said, no, I said, let him go, make him eat another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
When I'm in Africa, I come like with our resorts,
Yeah.
Portertown, or, Grove, or Smithfield, or Crosby,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Hanford, or Guts River,
Okay.
me feel good about Africa, and
So so in Africa where you were anointed, that's where you learned certain special skills?
no, my anointment, my skills, special skills like what?
The special skills like rubbing the hot pepper in your eyes
No, no,
and the
because
lime in the eye
no,
and the fire rocket in the mouth.
that is the authority from God Himself, not
Okay.
from nowhere in Africa,
Okay.
from God Almighty Isaiah Himself.
Okay, you are gifted to do such things.
Yes, yeah, to wash my eyeball with lime and rub scotch and take scotch bonnet pepper, wash it. I advise the earth before, please don't do it because I love you, I don't want to see your eyes shed.
Okay.
You don't understand. So
Yeah.
don't follow that one. If you try anything else, don't follow that one.
The Scotch bonnet one.
Scotch bonnet pepper to wash your eye. I don't want to see nobody blind. You
Okay.
understand?
Okay, so Mr. Reid, take us back to Japan.
Yeah. Oh,
Tell us more about Japan.
oh, Japan. It's the most such loving people, kind people, people who want me, everyone want me to stay at their premises, but I choose to stay in a hotel. I never,
Yeah.
and the women full up my room and stay with me all night and talk to me and
Yeah.
want to be with, I go back to Kenya. A woman cried in Kenya to come with me to Jamaica, and I start crying too because, she fell in love with me so deep,
Yeah.
because we had sexual pleasure together. We had sex together, yeah.
Yeah.
She loved me. She loved
She fall for that.
yeah, I couldn't carry though because there was a woman out there. So, Jamaican women and all them really. But I saw it go.
Yes.
I saw it go.
That's how it go.
I don't, I don't want to be seen only as a sexual object. I don't want to be seen only as a sexual object.
Oh, okay.
I want to be seen higher than that, yeah. But I hope the day will come when gathering will be at Guts River, when great people will gather there, and South Manchester people will be helped by the upliftment and development of those areas where they'll have their own tourist resort. Negril have theirs, Ucharias have theirs, and we have a very good area here. Me and South Manchester people, we share our love on Cannon Valley together. Now everyone in South Manchester, I share my love with them and share my everything with them. Because I love them. They show me so much love. I am committed to love them.
Okay,
Any,
and you say you have been to New York.
oh yes, yeah. I've been New York City, Manhattan, the Bronx, Queens, and Staten Island, and yes, man, and places like I've been to Boston. I've been to that's not New York, but I'm talking about Boston, Minnesota, Minneapolis in Minnesota. I've been to those places.
Yeah.
I've been to places like Washington D.C. Seattle, Washington. Places like Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Okay, so what's the
New
experience?
Hampshire.
What's the experience there in America was like?
Oh, American people, they are loving people. They are very loving. I had a Jewish friend. His name is Arthur Vizimsky. I never know there was so much love from the Jewish race until I associated with Arthur Vizimsky and the Fallas family and the Bernstein family. They become, some of them become a very close associate, But I've not seen over 40 years many people, because I was down for a while, really, But I'm up bright and shining. I don't want to talk about my down days because I want to talk about my upful days. I'm up now, and any women that have in their good intention, want the pleasure of meeting me, I give the best body massage to women on earth. Right now.
Okay, so you want to tell us a little more about your mission? What was your purpose for traveling? Vocation or
it was
business?
all spiritual according to the order of Isaiah God, of which nothing more can be discussed in depth, because spiritual duty is one man duty from God.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just a love now that I'm happy that, the whole Jamaica police, men and women. I want to highlight a very good friend, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, from St. Catherine. We used to work in Mandeville together. And, a good person. And, the whole Jamaica police force, they're good people. I love them. People say, why you love police? But I'm coming from the rank and file too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how long have you served the Jamaica Constabulary Force?
Yeah, a little under 10 years.
A little under 10 years.
Yeah, a little under 10 years,
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the days of policing like? What was your days of policing like?
Oh, yes, it was the same kind of banger and gunmanship and thing and a bad man thing and, it never, not much not changed, I still feel like I could be the commissioner of police today in Jamaica.
Okay.
But I don't want to infringe on the position of Colonel Anthony Anderson.
Okay.
Because he's a good person. We respect him, Colonel Anderson.
Yeah.
A good commissioner of police.
Yes.
Because he's outspoken and he's intelligent, and I respect him. I love Rastafari. I used to wear locks to him.
Yeah, you used to wear dreadlocks?
Yeah, I used to wear dreadlocks.
Okay.
Yeah, so my love is for across the board.
So you wear the dreadlocks after you leave the police force?
Yeah, right. And for a while. And then, but I think that is enough speaking for today,
Yeah.
But love Jamaica and love the people of Jamaica, love the people of the world, and I'm in sympathy with them falling down on the COVID-19 that has bruised their expectation A lot of their expectation has been bruised and trampled by COVID-19. I don't love that, you know. But never mind, Jamaica. I'm still here. Love you.